Hello, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. I'm Kiana, and I welcome you to my channel, Soulsome Words, where we appreciate the beauty and power of words. We have three pillars here: words, empathy, and healing. So let's dive right into today's episode. So today we are starting something new, an Empath series on Soulsome Words. I will be reading chapters one by one from this book, and today we are reading introduction and the poem that the book starts with. The title of the book is Unbelonged. Before we begin, here is a little backstory and why behind this series. A few years ago, I wrote a book about empathy and healing, and now I would love to bring those words to life here with you for you. I will be reading through the chapters one by one from the book Unbelonged. These are not clinical lessons and they are not professional therapy sessions, but they are wisdom gathered through lived experiences, reflections, research, and my own journey of discovery and healing. Think of this Empath series as a love letter to sensitive souls and people who felt out of place in this world. An offering of words that may comfort, inspire, or simply remind that you are not alone. And trust me, it is so important to know that you are not alone. Join me in creating this virtual space where we hear, heal, and uplift each other. One thing I would like to share before we continue is that these episodes won't be fully scripted. What I mean by that is I will have a structure, but if there is something relevant comes to mind, I won't hesitate. I will share it. In the past, when I started this channel in the past, when everything was scripted, I felt restricted. And in the back of my mind, I kept wondering whether I am sticking to the script or not. So basically here, I will be more free-flowing. And I'll always offer a small prayer before I start these episodes, that may the words spoken here bring solace and comfort to someone at that exact moment they need to hear it. Trust me, it has happened with me many times and it truly helps. And what I ask is this: share your story. I'll share mine. Don't have to name names. No, it is not about blaming, but do share. Because remember, your healed pain can break somebody else's chains. Your healed pain can break someone else's chains. Okay? So, let's begin with the introduction to Unbelonged. Title: Unbelonged, the Empath Puzzle Decoded. As an empath or sensitive, things you must know to heal and reclaim your peace. We are on to dedication. All the light bearers who burn silently, all those who speak up where other lips stay shut, all those who choose kindness in spite of being shunned, all those who know what family should mean but never experienced it, all those whose conscience propels them to be the voice of those who don't have one. And we are going to go into the heart of this book. So let's go to the heart of this book, and I have some questions for you. Do you often feel like you don't belong? Do you feel you are highly intuitive, seeing beyond the surface? Do you feel as if you were born into the wrong family? Do you experience emotions more deeply and intensely than others? If you answered yes, or these questions resonate with you, then this book is for you. Unbelonged offers insight to help bring awareness to the answers you have been searching for. In today's world, information is at our fingertips, but no one can truly explain this journey unless they have walked it themselves, willingly or unwillingly. Nobody can fully understand what you are going through unless they have been there. Within these pages, you will discover the nitty-gritty of being an empath with clear examples and without confusing fancy jargons. This book will help you understand your unique sensory makeup, your default setting, which may unlock many answers, and that is your unique sensory nervous system makeup. Okay? It will teach you not to ignore red flags and to recognize patterns in your life that have left you asking, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening to me, God? By the time you finish this book, you will know that there is nothing wrong with you and you are not alone in feeling this way. Hopefully, you will learn how to break the vicious cycle of pain and suffering and move toward a higher and more elevated life. I'm working on making this book available for you to download from my website, and I will keep you posted. But for now, let's move on to In My Own Words. Okay, so this is the paragraph in my own words in the beginning of the book. Okay, in my own words. I believe that sharing experiences helps people. We may not be able to reach every soul on the planet personally, but that's where the power of words comes into play. In this book, I have distilled my becoming. Becoming aware of my empathic tendencies, seeking answers, getting lost on the journey, and finally coming to terms with certain unchangeable situations in life. These are the phases I went through as an empath. During this journey, I often felt completely alone. Without a support system of people around who understand this journey, we wander seeking answers ourselves, and that path is never easy. Discovering, acknowledging, and coming to terms with the fact that I had been in constant contact with toxicity for a very long time was the hardest part of the journey. Getting to the root cause is absolutely essential. Without doing so, we keep returning to the same source, expecting love, warmth, and understanding, which only drags us back into that vicious cycle. Healing is a constant process, but awareness has to come before healing, and also grieving has to come before healing. I have realized that it's not only understanding that helps, but also sharing and listening to others who have walked the same path. Therefore, in Unbelonged, I have tried my best to explain my understanding and journey as an empath in the simplest words possible. I created relatable examples from everyday life. It is said that those who feel too deeply give away their power in relationships. However, nothing is worse than putting on a mask and living in constant anxiety to protect it. That's what narcissists do. I have explained narcissism with examples to show where things often go wrong for empaths. For examples, for empaths, any facade without integrity is exhausting. Empaths wants to live by the truth. With this book, I would like to celebrate truth, sensitivity, and kindred souls. I hope it will hold your hand during the times you feel alone. Lots of love and light from Kiana. Alright friends, now finally we are moving on to the poem that I wrote in 2012 after discovering about what empathy is and what being an empath is, and you will understand that from the poem that I'm going to read. The title of the poem is Finally. Finally, by Kiana. Oversensitive I am. I've been told many times. Oversensitive I am. I have been told many times. But loneliness in crowds, never understood by any kind. I only think and the phone rings. I thought I was a telepath. I only think and the phone rings. I thought I was a telepath. But someone said eyes and my heart aches. But someone said eyes and my heart aches. I finally discovered I am an empath. At last, a relief, an awakening, many answers and knowing. Those pains felt were not mine. Those pains felt were not mine. I'm just fine. I felt because I'm an empath. Thank you so much. Take a deep breath with me. Take a breath with me. If you are in this journey, you are not alone and you don't have to explain yourself to earn a compassion. Because people who would understand you, they will understand you. You don't have to try hard to make them understand you. And people who want, they want. It's not their journey and they're not your tribe. Okay, so comment one word that you are feeling right now. If you want to go back to that poem, go back to that poem finally. Because poetry is sometimes you read first time, it doesn't click. You have to read or listen to second or third time for it to make sense. So go back to it and listen again. What does that make you feel? What does that stir within you? Write that word in the comments. I read every comments. Okay, so overall today, in today's episode, if you felt seen by any of that or anything resonated with you, I'm really glad that you are here. Take what helps and leave the rest. If you want to share anything, you can leave one line in the comment. Only what feels safe, no pressure. Okay. Thank you so much for your time and your energy here. And I am so excited to start this journey with you. All right, friends. May the words spoken here be a sanctuary for your soul. Thank you so much for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep visiting and feel awesome at Soulsome Words. And finally, thank you so much for appreciating the beauty of words. Protect your peace. Take care of your heart. I'll see you in the next episode. Kiana here, signing off.